Fightin.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phils, two great hometown partners.
Fans, nothing beats a great day at Golden Oaks Golf Club. Located just minutes from Reading, Golden Oaks is a beautiful, award-winning golf course open to the public with perfect greens, lush fairways, and a course playing for 5 sets of tees. Bogey's Pub is open to the public with the area's best full-course menu, featuring indoor and outdoor seating and TVs to watch your favorite sports teams. Let the Golden Oaks Golf Club team cater to your need. Lunch, dinner, golf outings, parties, company events, and fundraisers. Visit our website at GoldenOaksGolfClub.com and follow Golden Oaks Golf Club and Bogey's Pub on Facebook. Golden Oaks Golf Club, we're great.
Our Golden Oaks Landscaping starting lineup for the Reading Fightin' Phils in Game 2. Oliver Dunn will lead off again. He's in second base. Carlos De La Cruz in the designated hitter spot tonight, batting second. Johan Rojas again is the 3-hole hitter in center field. Ethan Wilson again, the cleanup hitter in left field. McCarthy Tatum gets to start at first base tonight. He's batting fifth. Max McDowell, the catcher, bats sixth. Batting seventh is the right fielder Cody Roberts. Batting eighth, Pedro Martinez at shortstop. Nick Podkill gets the start in Game 2. He's at third base facing right-handed pitcher Matt Eckelman, who misses with the first and the second to Oliver Dunn.
Matt Eckelman, known for his knuckleball, getting his first start of this season for the Altoona Curve, the big guy on the mound.
6'3", 285 pounds. Talk about a guy who would like to have a chef as a roommate. It would be Matt Eckelman. The big bushy beard and the long hair. Now 3-0 to Oliver Dunn, swinging at a 3-0 pitch, very unusual, and he flies this one to center field. Lolo Sanchez will back up and make the catch for an out, and that's one out here in the first.
Over his 5 appearances this year, Eckelman is not allowed to run, just 4 hits over 9 innings. He also pitched on Tuesday in the day game, hitting in a third of scoreless ball, also had 3 strikeouts in the 4 batters he faced.
And we mentioned in that Tuesday game, last year in Indianapolis, which is the AAA spot for the Pirates, 24 games, 2 of them starts. He had an 0-3 record and a 7.67 ERA. He then went down to Greensboro, the high A. So he dropped from 3A to single A, and that was to start working on this knuckleball that he's now throwing. And in Greensboro, he was 1-0 with a 4.50 earned run average. Then went back up to Altoona and started 3 games for the Curve. Went 1-0 with a 2.25 ERA. And so now facing Carlos De La Cruz, who had a good game in Game 1 with a double and a home run. And he is behind De La Cruz now 2-0. De La Cruz swings through that knuckleball at 69 miles an hour.
Drew plenty of oohs and ahs from the fans.
2 balls and a strike now to De La Cruz. So again, Oliver Dunn, first time we've seen a Reading Philly hitter swing 3-0 in our home games. And he flies out to center. So now 2-1 to De La Cruz, and this one he fouls off, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we don't know what Eckelman threw before he started working on the knuckleball, but we haven't seen him, and now this is second inning work for us, throw anything other than the knuckleball. Our game time temperature, thank you our good friends again at EPAW, 57 degrees. Not much wind, about 2 to 4 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes to De La Cruz as he fouls this one out of play. American flag blowing from the top of the scoreboard in left center field, blowing a little bit in from the outfield right now into the batter's face. 2 balls, 2 strikes to De La Cruz. Again with the knuckleball, it's low, and it's 3-2. Thinking about the Pirates organization and a knuckleball, John Wakefield developed a knuckleball, pitched for the Pirates for a while before going to the Boston Red Sox. De La Cruz takes this one inside ball 4, and so he's a base runner. Carlos De La Cruz draws the walk, and that will bring up Johan Rojas.
I think my generation's knuckleball comparison probably is R.A. Dickey. Met Blue Jay, most notably, was dealt from the Mets to the Blue Jay in a huge trade about, almost 10 years ago at this point.
So Rojas 1 for 3 in the first, had a double that came around to score the Phils' 3rd run. Fightin's fallen 4-3. Rojas shows bunt, it's a beauty. Eckelman will have to make the play. He's only got one shot to first, and it's not in time. Johan Rojas and the speed beats out the throw from the pitcher. So that'll be a bunt base hit for Johan Rojas, and the Phils have it going here in the first and second and one out.
I don't know if that was called by Al Padrique or if Rojas just made that decision himself, but I love it. I love every single thing about it. Like, fastest guy in the 3-hole, laying a bunt down, move a runner, and get on base. Great decision.
And make a 285-pound pitcher get off the mound and make the throw to first
Exactly.
base on top of it. And that'll bring up Ethan Wilson. And Wilson, who struggled in the first game, went 0 for 3, snapped a 4-game hitting streak, and didn't look good and comfortable in any of those 3 at-bats. Takes this one for a ball. Ball 1. Kurt De La Cruz at second, Rojas at first. Bottom half of the first inning. Wilson, this one trickles away from the catcher Phenol, and that will allow both runners to move up. De La Cruz to third, Rojas to second on what will be a wild pitch.
So Phenol behind the plate, his first start as a catcher in any level of professional baseball. Any level. He's an emergency catcher, but their backup catcher got called up to AAA earlier this week, Dylan Shockley. So if Carter Binn's on the IL, Phenol, who's mostly been an infielder, does the catching tonight. Pretty much their emergency guy. You're not going to have Davis catch both sides of the doubleheader.
And Ethan Wilson takes one for a ball, so it's 3-0. Yeah, it's a very intricate situation for Kalex Crabb, the manager, as to what to do. Shockley started game 1 of this series, the day game, the morning game. Here's the 3-0 pitch to Wilson, lined into center field. Lolo Sanchez has it lined up. De La Cruz will tag up. The throw will be cut off, and Ethan Wilson gets the RBI on the sacrifice fly, and the Phils lead at 1-0.
And the RBI guy delivers. Nice job by Ethan Wilson. Hits one on the nose, but De La Cruz, good jump from third. No play at home from the center fielder Sanchez, whose arm isn't the greatest. But hey, played some small ball that inning, moved bases. Got the first run.
Yeah, the wild pitch certainly helps the cause. 2 down now in the inning will bring up McCarthy Tatum. With Rojas now at second base and 2 outs. Rojas had to stay put. Big swing and no contact from McCarthy Tatum, who's struggled of late, 2 for his last 21. Did not play in game 1. Batting average now at 226 for McCarthy. 0-1 pitch to him. Bounces up there. Phenol does keep it in front of him. So, yeah, that's a tough task for a guy starting his first game ever as a catcher, and you throw a knuckleball pitcher at him. It's a tough responsibility for Phenol. As it's 1 ball and 1 strike now to McCarthy Tatum. Rojas takes off. Tatum swings at it and fouls it straight back. So Johan Rojas, who does lead the Phils in stolen bases with 5, will have to go back to second base. Run in, 1 on, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the first inning. Game 2 of a doubleheader and fireworks to follow. Let's hope there's some fireworks through the first 7 innings of this game, and then some fireworks to follow here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Rojas again takes off. Tatum will slap it through, then into right field for a base hit. Johan Rojas will cruise home, and McCarthy Tatum with an RBI single, and it's 2-0 Reading.
Just slaps it the other way. Had a hole on the right side of them, playing him over. Good piece of hitting from McCarthy Tatum. Guy who's struggling, just stays simple, pushes it the other way.
So that'll feel good for McCarthy Tatum as he drives home his 7th run of the season. It'll bring up Max McDowell. McDowell started the season off slow. Now Tatum will take off. Throw down from Phenol is in time. And McCarthy Tatum didn't think so, but that will be the 3rd and final out of the inning. But it's a good one for the Phils. 2 runs. They do it on 2 hits, and they leave none after 1 complete in Reading. The Reading Fightin' Phils 2. The Altoona Curve, nothing.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job. Everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Burke's Packing provides America's Classic Ballpark with quality products, including the highly acclaimed flat-top grilled hot dog. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy.
To the top of the second we go alongside Jake Starr. My name is Bob McCool, the Reading Fightin Phils Radio Network and MILB TV. You're watching the Phils take on the Altoona Curve. Game 5 of this 6-game homestand for Reading. Altoona has won 3, the Fightins have won 1. And Reading leads 2-0 as the Curve come to bat here in the top half of the second inning, facing Mick Abel. And first pitch swinging is Mason Martin, fouls it up and out of play. And will land right on the roof atop of us. So a pretty smooth inning for Mick Abel in the first, a couple of strikeouts and a tapper back to the box.
And some run support.
And 2 runs to go on top of it. So now he'll try to hope that make that stand up as he comes with a curveball here to Martin. He takes it low for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Martin in the series 4 for 10. Did not play in game 1 of the doubleheader. Won by the Curve 4-3. This one fouled straight back. And that one's right by us. And hit off the sheet metal that sits right between our box and the Altoona Curve box. And that was humming.
That was coming in hard. Did you flinch?
I didn't. I put my hand up, but I knew it wasn't going to get me. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I put my hand up to catch it, not to flinch. Mason Martin now in a 1-2 hole. Left-handed hitter. Rips this one high and deep to right field and say goodbye. Mason Martin with his 3rd home run of the season, deep and over the pool in right field, and it's 2-1.
Well, that was certainly crushed. Hit off the lime green Burke's Roof Max sign in right field, and then it came back into the field of play over a bunch of children playing in the Reading Hospital Tower Health character pool party. Wow, that was crushed.
Yeah, Cody Roberts just turned around and looked at it. Even the kids in the pool didn't move. They knew it was gone too. Some hardy souls in that pool. Of course, it's 85 degrees in that pool, so they're fine. The problem is going to be when they want to get out of the water. Then they're going to remember it's 57 degrees outside. As for Mauricio Macias, will step to the plate. And the first pitch to him is a ball. Macias having himself a good series. It's 3 out of 6 now in the series, including going 2 for 3 in game 1. Can't catch up to the fastball. Now it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Macias. On the season, just 0 for 3 coming in. But again, 3 hits in this series. And now Abel misses outside. It's 2 balls and a strike now to Macias, batting in the 5 hole here in game 2. Getting the start in both games of the doubleheader. 2-1 pitch is lifted into right field. Shallow right field. Going to be a long run for somebody. Cody Roberts will take control, and Cody Roberts will make the catch for out number 1.
Good play by Cody Roberts, someone who has played a little bit in the outfield, making his 2nd start of this season out in right field. But nice play by him.
Yeah, Cody Roberts, a catcher by trade, but we mentioned he played the other night in right field and played a little bit last year in Bowie, playing in the Orioles organization. And he makes that catch on the run that will put 1 out on the board, and will bring up Matt Frazier now batting for the Curve. Frazier 3 out of 8 in the series. Batting average dipping below 300 after his 0 for 2 in game 1, but what did get hit by a pitch and come around to score a run. Josh Hendrickson got the start and the loss in game 1 for the Fightins. Aaron Shortridge got the start for the Curve. He won it. Noe Toribio got the save, his second of the season for Altoona, that won it 4-3. 1 strike now to Frazier as he swings through the second pitch delivered by Abel. On 1 pitch, catches the outside corner for strike 2. 97 on the radar gun here at FirstEnergy Stadium for Mick Abel. We talked with Max Coons during the first series, our pregame show out on the plaza, brought to you by Mike's Sandwich Shop. Max Coons described Mick Abel as the most easy throwing 98 miles an hour he's ever seen. I never saw anybody throw 98 so effortlessly as I did seeing Mick Abel pitch. 1 strikes. Facing Matt Frazier. 1 out here in the second. This one lifted into shallow left center field. And Ethan Wilson will call off Johan Rojas. He'll make the catch for out number 2.
Not often you get to call off Johan Rojas, but he's
point.
coming over. I think made a couple plays last week, and my witty self tweeted it. 2/3 of the earth is covered by water. The other third is covered by Johan Rojas, and it's true. He started in straightaway center field, and he didn't catch that ball, but he finished pretty much in straightaway left field.
Yeah, he's got tremendous range. But Ethan Wilson can run too, so he took command of that one and Rojas gave way to him. But generally, in most cases, the center fielder is the guy that takes charge, and Johan covers so much ground, you almost assume that he will eventually catch it. As Andres Alvarez now bats, first pitch to him is a ball, the second is a called strike 1 on the curveball from Abel. 1 strike now, with 2 down here in the second. This one lined into center field, and on cue, Johan Rojas will run it down in the gap for the third and final out of the second. But a run across for the Curve on the solo home run by Mason Martin. To the bottom of the second, we turn here in Baseball Town. It's Reading 2, Altoona 1.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Star City Boxing, located at 4760 Schuylkill Avenue in Reading, is a 501c3 non-profit boxing gym unlike any other. Our goal is not only to help you be fit, but to be the best outlet for our youth and community. We welcome anyone who wants to improve their way of life, be fit, and box competitively or non-competitively. We work with you to reach your goals in and out of the gym. Stop in and meet our stars today. Check us out and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for upcoming events and happenings. And visit our website today at starcityboxing.org for more information on how to join, volunteer with our youth, or support our efforts in the community. Star City Boxing is a proud continued 2023 Our Phil's Fiesta Friday partner.
The Reading Fightin Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay?
Bottom half of the second inning here at FirstEnergy Stadium, and it's brought to you by Cornwall Manor. Cornwall Manor, you can create your lifestyle and continue to live life as you want, but with an added peace of mind knowing health care is available when needed. Max McDowell will lead it off for the Fightins. They lead it 2-1 as they bat here in the bottom half of the second inning. Max McDowell started the season 0 for his first 13, but he's 7 for his last 19, and rides a 5-game winning streak as he steps to the box facing Matt Eckelman, the knuckleballer, starting this game for the Curve. And 1 strike now to McDowell. And make that 2 balls and a strike. Taylor Cruz walked and came around to score the first run, along with Johan Rojas, the 2 runs who scored for the Phils in the first inning. McDowell fouls this one off and gets a piece of the mask of Phenol. So it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Max McDowell. Max originally with the Yankees organization, signed by the Phillies in an offseason to give them a veteran catcher. And he takes this one into dirt, ball 3. Couldn't get 2 more opposite people to face one another in a pitching matchup than Mick Abel and Matt Eckelman. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and up. Oh, they called a called strike. Max McDowell was starting to walk to first base. Home plate umpire Gabe Alfonso had a different idea. He rung him up for strike 3.
Wow, not sure where that was, but Gabe Alfonso's down there and we're up here. So, but I thought McDowell was walking towards the dugout. Then I realized, no, he thought that was ball 4 and moved up. But, yeah, I mean, sometimes, like, Eckelman's throwing some in the upper 60s. That could be a 30-mile-per-hour difference between the 2 pitchers.
Abel, 6'5", 190. Eckelman, as we said, 6'3", 285. McDowell, Abel running him up there at 97, 98, 99 miles an hour. Matt Eckelman actually threw a fastball there. And Cody Roberts, who's now batting for the Phils, fouled it away. First non-knuckleball I think that Eckelman has thrown to this point. Roberts fouls this one away. And when he throws that knuckleball, the radar gun here is clocking it somewhere around 70 miles an hour.
I think he's got an ephus, too.
I don't know that. But again, the fastball is going to look like it is a Mick Abel fastball when it's coming at you all of a sudden. This one ripped by Roberts into left field, high and deep and foul. Cody Roberts had it far enough. The only question was whether or not it would stay fair, and it just hooked foul onto the sidle deck in left field.
Yeah, Roberts was ready for that fastball. You said that maybe the knuckleball makes that fastball look faster. Roberts had 0 issue getting around on that. Maybe if he was a little bit later, it's a 3-1 ball game right now.
So a loud foul off the bat of Cody Roberts. This one driven into right field, but Fabricio Macias has it in his sights, and he'll make the catch for out number 2 here in the second. I'll bring up Pedro Martinez. Pedro, the switch hitter, batting left-handed against Eckelman. I don't know that it matters as much against a knuckleball, whether you're bat right-handed or left-handed, whether you'd feel more comfortable, because normally it's about the breaking balls that you worry about. As Martinez takes one low for a ball. Pedro took a collar in the first game, trying to snap a little bit of a skid himself. 1-0 pitch to him. It's low ball 2. Average now for Martinez down at 186 as he steps in. As a home run, he hit that one in Portland. 3 RBIs on the season. Fouls this one at the plate. Jake, we were talking about the Mendoza line and the former Pittsburgh Pirate shortstop Mario Mendoza, and then I started to think that whether or not Al Padrique might have been a teammate of Mario Mendoza, but I think Al came a little bit later. This one tapped towards short. The over Peguero up with it. Wild throw that will pull the first baseman Mason Martin off the bag. He tried for the sweep tag and he missed him. So Pedro Martinez is safe. That's the good news. The bad news is he is down and grabbing his hamstring in foul territory.
Do rule it a base hit. And yeah, he's grabbing right the back of that left hamstring. Martinez is. Already lost Cam Cannon to a hamstring injury as well, so not what you want to see.
Now, Padrique will come over. Tyler Henson, the first base coach, is over, along with the training staff now for the Phils. Now Padrique trying to decide now who he's going to put in. As Jake said, Cam Cannon is already out. I would imagine to be Wendell Rijo that will probably go in and play shortstop.
Rijo has played short this year. Stokes also played short the other night. Could be an option.
And Stokes is not in the lineup for game 2.
Kroon's played third, but you got Podcool at third. I don't know if you're going to move from the. I don't know if he's going to play short. Yeah, Martinez still down. Padrique is going to start walking back towards his dugout, presumably to probably get somebody there. It looks like it's going to be Wendell Rijo.
Yep, that's going to be the man who will come in, and he will run now for Pedro Martinez, and Pedro is in some serious pain. He actually needs help getting off the field with that hamstring injury. A couple guys coming out of the bullpen to help walk Pedro Martinez essentially back not to the dugout, but to the clubhouse.
And not what you want to see at all. Martinez, a great guy in the clubhouse. Starting to put together a really strong year. Has had some big moments. That long home run at Portland. Obviously, you hope that it's nothing too serious, and any time missed is minimal.
So as Jake said, they're already down with Cam Cannon on the 7-day disabled list after hurting his hamstring in Game 2 of this series. And Cannon had started to swing a hot bat for Reading, so it was a double loss in a lot of ways for Reading, losing that bat in addition to his presence, and now you get another middle infielder who clearly is in some serious pain, still working his way off the field, not able to put any weight at all. He immediately grabbed for that left hamstring after he crossed first base and went down and on the grass. So Wendell Rijo now comes in to run for him, and obviously will stay in and play shortstop for the Phils. With two down and a man on first base, it will bring up Nick Podko.
Also, sounds like they changed that from an infield single from Martinez to a throwing error on shortstop for Altoona, Leover Peguero.
First error committed for either team on the night. Both were error-free in Game 1 as Nick Podko, who's 2 for 7 in his limited time playing for the Fightin, steps to the plate. And the first pitch is into dirt. Ball 1.
6th error of the season for Peguero. 5th that has come at the shortstop position. An off throw to first baseman Mason Martin. Couldn't get the tag down on Martinez.
Decent lead for Wendell Rijo. Pickoff throw from Eckelman. Phils have tried to run on him. Again, you got a knuckleball pitcher and a novice catcher. So it's an opportune time for the Phils to try to take advantage of it, although their first inning ended on a caught stealing with McCarthy Tatum. Rijo just getting into the game and barely getting a chance to get warmed up. Would think he would be running here. It's now 2 balls and no strikes to Nick Podko. Top of the order and Oliver Dunn in the on-deck circle if Podko can get on. 2-0 pitch is up and in, ball 3. Count, taken all the way and takes it up high for ball 4. So back-to-back base runners now for the Phils here, trying to make Eckelman pay for it. Second walk he has surrendered. 2 on now and 2 outs in the top of the order and Oliver Dunn.
It's a good at-bat by Nick Podko, who just 1 for 7 so far on the season, making his first start at home this year. And you got to give him credit. Look, a lot of guys haven't played in a while. They want to get up there. They want to swing the bat. But Podko goes up there, just sits back, waits for his pitch. That's what we call a professional at-bat.
So Oliver Dunn, who flew out to center field on his first time up, ball into dirt. Fino does a good job to keep it in front of him, and nobody can move up as a result. Pitch again up high, and it's 2-0. Dunn was ahead in the count, 3 balls and no strikes, and swung at the 3-0 pitch and flew out to center field in his first at bat. Two-0 to him here, and that one's in the dirt. And now it's 3-0.
Eckelman struggling with command. Got to think if you're Oliver Dunn, especially after swinging at that 3-0, probably red light all the way.
It's ball 4. So now the bases are loaded. So the error by Peguero maybe opening up a spot here for the Phils, who have the bases loaded and 2 outs.
Who else but Carlos De La Cruz up to the dish? But first, Cale Johnson, Altoona's pitching coach, making a visit out to the mound.
Getting this bottom half of the second inning brought to you by Cornwall Manor, an active senior living not-for-profit community in scenic Cornwall, Pennsylvania. Again, we told you about fireworks tonight. One of the sponsors for tonight's fireworks show is the Miller Keystone Blood Center. And they want to let all fans know that they are in desperate need for blood donors to save lives in our area. If you become a blood donor, visit their website at giveapint.org or call them at 800-223-6627. Visit them at 1047 for Old Barnville Road to schedule your appointment. As Carlos De La Cruz steps to the plate, the fans excited here at FirstEnergy Stadium. De La Cruz walked and came around to score in the first. Bases loaded, 2 outs. First pitch, way outside, ball 1.
Wendell Rijo pulling the old Nick Castellanos. I think it can be coined now at third with Lebo way off the bag, taking a big lead, trying to get into the peripherals of Eckelman.
1-0 pitch in the dirt again, and this is where catching becomes a major factor in all this, because if it gets away from Phenol, Wendell Rijo can come home on it. So it's not only about throwing strikes to the batter, but it's also making sure it doesn't get away from the catcher. Phil's up 2-1, bases loaded, 2 down, and a 2-0 count to Carlos De La Cruz. De La Cruz with a double and a home run in the first game. So it fouls this one foul and out of play down the first baseline. Carlos's home run in the first game right down the first baseline. The only question was whether or not it was going to stay fair and get high enough, and it did both, just over the 330 sign in right field. Tapped foul. And now Eckelman has come back to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
See what Eckelman does here. Thinking off speed, because it feels like that the Phillies hitters are getting a beat on that fastball. They're sitting fastball. So see if we can mix it up, try to get in the chase at an off speed.
2-2 pitch. It is the knuckleball, and it's low, and now the count is full. So now all 3 runners will be off. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases loaded. Driven into center field. Going to be a long run for Sanchez, and he'll get there and close the gap and deny the Phils in the second. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and the bases left loaded. 2 complete in baseball town. And the score, the Reading Fightin' Phils 2, the Altoona Curve 1.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emoji.
Mick Abel back to work in the 3rd inning. Again, the score remains 2-1. Fightin's on top. They put 2 across in the first. Altoona with a solo home run from Mason Martin in the second. And Connor Scott will lead it off for the Curve here in the top half of the 3rd inning. And the first pitch from Abel is up high for a ball. at the 31st pitch delivered by Mick Abel in this game. Scott, Claudio Finol, and Leover Peguero, the three due up for the curve here in the third. That's 8, 9, and 1 in manager Calix Crabb's lineup. And Abel falls behind Connor Scott, 2 balls and no strikes. And comes with that pitch at 95 on the radar gun, kind of a get-me-over fastball to make it 2 balls and a strike. 2 strikeouts and no walks so far for Abel. 2-1 pitch, driven into right field. Cody Roberts will drift back and squeeze it for out number 1.
It's like you said, Mick Abel after that pitch is at 34 to a season high 86 at Portland 8 days ago. So got to think probably 85 to 90-ish. If he's going well, maybe you push 95. He's probably pretty much to almost stretched out at this point for Mick Abel. So if he goes well, once again, a guy that can give you some length and give your bullpen a rest.
Claudio Finol will now bat. Just 3 at-bats so far on the season for Finol, and he's up there chasing a fastball and comes up empty as Abel gets ahead on the 9-hole hitter. Comes right back with a fastball that Finol can't catch up to again, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Again, Abel with 8 walks in the season, but as Jake said, there's a bit of an asterisk to that one. 4 of them coming in that first appearance for Abel in Richmond, where he did not get out of the first inning. Had some control issues, actually walked 2 runners home. But since that point in time, he has been a little bit more of the Mick Abel that the Phillies organization is expecting. And so high on. He is on the Phil's 40-man roster, the number 2 prospect. Comes with a curveball here. Finol lays off of it. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And tries to get him to chase. Finol stays off of it again at 2-2. One thing about Mick Abel that surprised me, the only thing that surprised me, is that you forget that he's 6'5". You just don't realize he's that tall until you stand next to him. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Feeble swing by Finol, but he at least got a piece of it. Stays alive at 2-2. Talked to him about that 2020 season where he had no season, no high school season. Couldn't pitch after he got drafted. Just said he was trying to find friends and some people he knew during the COVID shutdown just to be able to at least stay active. This one lifted into right field. Going to be a long run for Cody Roberts towards the line. Dives on the bullpen mound and comes up empty. It'll be a foul ball. Great effort by Cody Roberts. He's familiar with that bullpen because, you know, he is a catcher by trade. Does a lot of work down there in the bullpen. But that time he full out dives on the bullpen mound, but comes up unable to make the catch. Valiant effort, and it stays 2 balls and 2 strikes to Finol.
No, definitely an applaudable effort by Cody Roberts out and right.
Two-two pitch. Tap towards second. Oliver Dunn will take care of it. He'll make the throw in time for out number 2 on the slow roller. And Abel thought about making the play and then decided, you know what, probably better for my second baseman to take it. And Oliver Dunn did just that.
Let the guys behind you go to work. That's what Abel did, and Oliver Dunn able to make a play.
Leover Peguero, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Abel struck out the first 2 batters in the curve lineup in the top half of the first. There's only 2 strikeouts to this point. 2 runs on 2 hits for the Phils, 1 run on 1 hit for the curve. And the first pitch, a curveball and a beauty to Peguero. Sticking fastball on the first pitch, gets the hook, and now he's behind, no balls and a strike. Peguero 2 for 3 in game 1. Cannot catch up with the 97-mile-an-hour fastball, and now it's no balls and 2 strikes. So pitching a little backwards to Peguero, and he's ahead of him now 0-2. Up and in with some cheese that Peguero has to lean out of the way of, and it's 96 on the radar gun, and it's 1-2. Some oohs and ahs from the crowd here at FirstEnergy Stadium on that high fastball. Back through the box and to Oliver Dunn again, and he'll make the throw again for a 1-2-3 third inning for the Curve. To the bottom of the third we go when we come back to Baseball Town. It's Reading 2, Altoona 1.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils.
Humane Pennsylvania is an innovative national leader in animal welfare with adoption centers, accredited nonprofit veterinarian hospitals, emergency animal rescue services, community pet assistance programs, and a free community dog park. At HPA, we are passionate about going the extra base to keep your pets healthy and happy at home with you. With a variety of services and different ways and times to access them and variable pricing, Humane Pennsylvania is here to provide your pets with exceptional care how, when, and where they need it. Visit humanepa.org for more information.
The Enersys Power Alley Pub features a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet, private bar with bartender, 2 rows of seats, bar stool seating, and 4 cafe tables. The pub provides your party a private area to enjoy the ball game away from other fans. The Enersys Power Alley Pub may accommodate groups of 40 to 60 people. Enjoy socializing with your group and watch the game with a unique vantage point.
New pitcher on the mound for the Altoona Curve. Have Eckelman out after 2 innings, and it will be left-hander Braden Ogle who will now come on for the Curve. So Eckelman goes 2 innings, gives up the 2 hits and the 2 runs. Struck out 1, walked 2. So Braden Ogle now will take over. And for the Fightins, it'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up in Al Padrique's lineup. Johan Rojas, Ethan Wilson, and McCarthy Tatum. Johan Rojas singled and scored his first time to the plate.
Ogle should be a welcome sight for the Phils. Roughed him up for 4 runs in just an inning on Tuesday.
They just have to adjust to the speed now because he throws the first pitch a 91-mile-an-hour fastball after seeing Eckelman throw the knuckleball up there for the first couple of innings. 1-0 to Rojas. The second one way inside, and it's 2-0. Catches the outside corner on that one. It's 2-1 as Rojas taking all the way. Ogle, 25 years of age, originally from Palm City, Florida. Drafted by the Pirates in the 4th round in 2016 out of Jensen Beach High School in Florida. It's 2-1 now on Rojas. And that one on the inside corner for 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now Johan Rojas not in agreement with home plate umpire Gabe Alfonso. Ogle actually pitched last year in Lehigh Valley. He was traded to the Phillies in July of 2021 and then re-signed with the Pirates in the offseason. Last year, 36 games, all in relief for the Iron Pigs. 2-2 pitch, lifted straight up in the infield. Who's going to take charge of it? And eventually it's the catcher, Fino, and he can't hold on to it. Ball is on the ground, and Johan Rojas, hustling all the way, will roll into second base.
So, I mean, back to the point we made after that wild pitch. Obviously going to be an E2, but Fino, someone who doesn't naturally play the catcher position, and that's not like the kind of fly ball, you know, you're twisting and turning like a catcher. The play's more behind you than in front of you, where if you're an infielder, I think that's one where maybe you let your first baseman, your second baseman, like, was hit high enough where definitely one of them could have gotten in.
That'll bring up Ethan Wilson. Rojas now at second base. That'll be the second error of the night for the Curve. As Wilson steps in, and left-handed hitter facing left-handed pitcher, and Wilson fouls it off his foot. And, of course, Ethan missed the first couple weeks of the season with a foot injury. Phils cannot afford any more injuries now. Just joined us, Pedro Martinez, down with a hamstring injury earlier. As Wilson settles in, Rojas takes off. Throw down to third will be not in time. Johan Rojas, stolen base number 6 on the season. He's now at third base with nobody out. The count to Ethan Wilson now 1 ball and 1 strike. Wilson with a sacrifice fly and an RBI his first time up.
Great jump by Johan Rojas, too. Challenges the inexperienced catcher. Now has himself 90 feet away from scoring. Still no outs. Curve bring the infield up.
1 ball and 1 strike to Wilson. Fist one into center field. Sanchez will make a long run, dive, and come up with the baseball. And Rojas will tag up and score. So Ethan Wilson loses a hit, but he gains an RBI, his second sacrifice fly of the night. And it's now 3-1. Phil's on top.
Well, in the book, it's identical. Sacrifice flies to center. Obviously, that play from Sanchez in center. It's an impressive play. I think that kind of gets lost in the fact that Wilson drives home another run. Sanchez did make a valiant play in center field, diving full extension forward for the out. Wilson, fist bumps Henson at first. Was like, man, just missed one there. But, hey, still gets the RBI. Our Phil's up 3-1.
So the base is now empty, and McCarthy Tatum fouls the ball out of play. Tatum with an RBI his last time up. Snapped a 2 for 21 with an RBI base hit his first time up. That made it 2-0 Phils. It's now 3-1 running on top. As McCarthy Tatum, the ball's in a strike. This pitch is way inside. Today's our Phil's team leader brought to you by cross-country mortgage loan officer Johan Arias. Johan Rojas with that stolen base. Team leader now with 6. And with that stolen base, it allows Ethan Martin to pick up another RBI on the sacrifice fly. Tatum fouls another one off. Today's cross-country mortgage loan officer, Johanna Arias, our Phil's team leader. Contact Johanna at 484-554-9969 or by email at johanna.arias@myccmortgage.com. McCarthy Tatum, 1 ball and 2 strikes as he faces Braden Ogle. Comes with a curveball, and Tatum drills it deep into left field. Fair or foul? It's a foul ball. So for the second time in this ballgame, Cody Roberts earlier hooked one just foul onto the Seidel Auto Group deck, and McCarthy Tatum does the same here.
I was going to say, Tatum and Roberts might have to go meet with Mother Nature and ask for a bigger breeze pushing left to right across the field.
Tatum this time slaps it towards second. Andres Alvarez will wait for it. He'll make the play to first in time for out number 2. And that will bring up Max McDowell.
I will say, though, game 1 and 2 tonight, a lot of hard hit balls. A lot of solid contact from the R-Phils. Maybe not everything dropping, but still a lot of solid contact, which has been, it's good to see.
Our organizational update, final in Houston. The Philadelphia Phillies pick up another W against their team that took care of them in the World Series last year. Phils now 15-13 overall, a 6-1 win. Home run from Nick Castellanos, a 2-run home run for Cody Clemens. And a solid outing from Zach Wheeler. Goes 6 innings without giving up a run. 6-1 victory for the Phils. They go for the sweep tomorrow night in Houston. 1 ball and 1 strike to Max McDowell, who was a strikeout victim his first time up. Didn't like it very much. He takes one for a called strike here, and he's behind no balls and 2 strikes.
Man, where were these wins in October? They were 2 wins away. They got the 2 wins this week. You get those 2 wins and you're world champs.
They had wins in October. The World Series ended in November. And that was the problem. Here's a swing and a miss by McDowell, and he again is a strikeout victim. That'll do it for the Phils in the third, but they do so put another run across. They do so thanks to a curve error. None left. We're through 3 in Baseball Town. In game 2, it's Reading 3, Altoona 1. Back on the Reading Fightin Phils radio network after this.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin Phils.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, for Feasers supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feasers, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
The Reading Fightin Phils are pleased to present you with their classic game program, all electronically. This program has information on the coaching staff, player roster, and front office staff. It also includes feature stories and alumni reports on all of your favorite guys who spent time in Baseball Town. Visit ourphils.com/programs.
To the top half of the fourth inning we go. Mick Abel and the Reading Fightin Phils on top 3-1. We head to the top half of the fourth inning. That means it's time for Jake Starr to take over play-by-play.
Thank you very much, Bob. Top half of the fourth inning. 3-1, the Phils had the lead. First pitch from Abel to Lolo Sanchez. Fastball pumped at 97 for a called strike. Counts 0-1. Sanchez 0 for 1 today. Struck out swinging in the top half of the first inning. Abel works from the windup. The righty kicks and deals. Ground ball, slow roller towards short. Rijo charges, fields with two hands, throws on the run the first in time. First out of the inning, Domingo Leyba, the batter with one out in the fourth.
First time that Rijo has been tested since coming in and taking over for Pedro Martinez. And based on what we saw from Pedro coming up with that hamstring issue, that might not be the last time that we see Wendell Rijo at shortstop for a while.
Yeah, we've seen some Rijo. We saw Stokes the other day at short. But could be Rijo's job, especially if his bat starts to slowly heat up again. First pitch from Abel to Leyba, misses high and away for a ball, 1-0. McAble making his fourth start of the season. First in 8 days. Last pitch last Friday on the road at Portland. Here's the pitch. Off-speed pitch at the knees for a called strike, 1-1. Went 4 2/3 at Portland. Arguably his best performance of the year. 5 strikeouts, 1 run on a hit. But like tonight, it was on a solo blast, 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Abel's faced just one above the minimum. The lone hit he's given up was a solo home run to Mason Martin, who awaits in the hole. Actually, excuse me, awaits on deck. So Abel will certainly have another crack at Mason Martin. As Leyba called time, steps back in, righty on lefty. Abel 1-2 home. That one, swinged foul towards the third base coach's box, where third base coach Blake Butler shows off the soccer moves with a little stop with the right foot. Count stays 1-2, 1 out. Abel, who features and drove 4 pitches. Fastball sits in the upper 90s. Here's the 1-2. That's in tight, 97. Leyba certainly got a taste of that upper 90s fastball.
Domingo Leyba just kind of turning around saying, man, did you see how fast that was and how close that was? Turn around looking for somebody to find some kind of sympathy for him.
Abel also mixes in a curveball, slider, changeup. Here's the 2-2. That one's hit in the air out towards right. Not well. Roberts sort of back in left. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So 2 quick outs in the fourth. Mick Abel's 1 out away from retiring the side in order for the 3rd time in 4 innings. But the man he's got is Mason Martin, who's homered off him already tonight.
Just another organizational update. Clearwater was delayed. They're underway now. The Threshers are hot. They've won 5 in a row. Now playing against the St. Lucie Mets, just getting started after a little bit of a rain delay in Clearwater.
First pitch to Martin, down low for a ball, counts 1-0. Yeah, Clearwater playing some good baseball right now. Jersey Shore and Brooklyn were postponed tonight to go. How about Simone Muzziotti had a big game for the Iron Pigs in an 11-4 win at Jacksonville last night. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. Counts 1-1. Muzziotti, a name familiar here. Also played a little bit, had a cup of coffee with the big club Phils last year.
He actually broke training camp with the Phils because of injury situations, but he was 4 for 5 with a 3-run home run last night. The Pigs got even at 12-12 now on the year.
1-1. Nice breaking pitch in there for a called strike, 1-2. Curveball, usually that 4th pitch featured by Abel. Secondary, best secondary, probably the changeup. Slider, we've seen it a few times tonight, definitely projects to be one of Abel's more plus pitches. 1-2, 2 outs to Martin. The righty kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes with that slider. For the third time tonight, 3 up, 3 down. Go the Curve. Bottom of the fourth up next. Fightin's up 3-1 on the Our Phillies Radio Network.
The Louisiana Swamplands. Out here, you're either lunch or you're enjoying it. Make sure you end up on top with the all-powerful lineup of Kia SUVs, like the Telluride, Sportage, and Sorento, equipped with available all-wheel drive, higher ground clearance, and the interior capacity to bring everything you need, so you'll always remain more than a gator's length ahead. Visit your local Kia dealer today to find your next adventure in our ever-capable lineup of SUVs. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
When the Reading Fightin' Phils get hungry, we turn to our team feed partners. Special thanks to Chick-fil-A, Pizza Como USA, Railroad House, Why Missing Restaurant and Bakery, Jersey Mike's Subs, Mimo's Italian Restaurant and Bakery, Subway, and Clean Eats for making sure the Fightin' Phils front office is never hungry on game day. Our staff enjoys delicious meals from our team feed partners. Don't take our word for it. Find out for yourself today.
The award-winning Reading Hospital Tower Health Pool Party provides an unforgettable night out with family and friends. Enjoy a baseball game while swimming in the 87-degree heated pool directly behind the right field home run wall. Plus 2.5 hours of all-you-can-eat buffet, photos, and autographs with the crazy hot dog vendor and the Fightin' Phils mascot band. Regular season tickets start at $33 per person for groups of 20 or more. Give us a call today at 610-370-BALL.
Bottom four, 3-1. The Fightin' Phils have the lead over the Altoona Curve. Jake Starr, Bob McCool. Thanks so much for joining us once again for Game 2 of this twin bill on what's turned into a dry Saturday night in Baseball Town. Looks like rain has subsided. First pitch home to Cody Roberts. Takes the first strike from Braden Ogle. He's back out for inning number 2 of work. 7, 8, 9. 3-2 up for the Our Phils. Roberts, then Rijo's first at bat, and then Nick Podcool waits in the hole. 0-1. Roberts gets under it, hits it in the air, shallow right center. Sanchez comes in from center. He'll make the catch. Calls off Alvarez, the second baseman, for out number 1. Here comes Wendell Rijo, and also I have some news out of Washington, D.C. Former Altoona Curve member and current member of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Drew Maggi. First career hit and first career run driven in. Maggi, who was actually optioned back to Altoona this morning by Pittsburgh, but was chosen as the 27th man for today's doubleheader in D.C. Rijo settles in, stepping off as Ogle will be granted time. Or not.
Nope. You're going to call him for a pitch clock violation.
They called him for a pitch clock violation. I thought he stepped off, but I guess he never asked for time from the home plate umpire. So counts now 1-0 to Wendell Rijo. Here's the pitch.
I think that's only the second one we've seen
this year
in our home games.
Yeah. They've been few and far between, which is good because, granted, minor league baseball they've had since 2019 to adjust. Where Major League Baseball still some learning curves. 2-0 in tight. Rijo shimmies out of the way a bit from the right side, but no, Maggi was added to the roster as the 27th man today. Gets a hit and an RBI, and we'll see if he stays around. If not, likely will join the Altoona Curve when they head to Richmond tomorrow after the ball game here. Here's the pitch. Outside corner for a called strike, 3-1. Rijo certainly did not agree as he was 4 steps towards first base. So the count's 3-1, 1 out, bottom 4. 3-1, Fightin' Phils have the lead. Braden Ogle, the lefty, set at the belt against Wendell Rijo. The pitch. Big swing and a foul back, 3-2.
Can't really speculate as to what the Phillies organization might do, but with this injury with Pedro Martinez, and again, we don't know how long it's going to be, but it's clearly going to be a trip on the disabled list and what happens now. But you wonder if maybe Casey Martin, who's at Jersey Shore and one of the top prospects in the Phillies organization, maybe doesn't get a call up.
Rijo takes it, ball 4. So he works to walk Nick Podcool up. Look at the Our Phils roster. Only one player on the development list currently. It's Tyler McKay. So not sure if you would add, in essence, a 16th pitcher and play down an infielder, Cam Cannon on the 7-day IL currently, so.
Right, but even when he comes back, I mean, you're still looking at Cannon and Dunn are both either pretty much second baseman, third baseman. They're not really guys who can play shortstop. Obviously, you got Rijo, you got Stokes.
First pitch, Podcool under it, slicing foul, right side. Giving it a look is Martin, the first baseman, and it'll drift out of play foul.
Again, Casey Martin is one of the top prospects in the Philadelphia Phillies organization and now playing at Jersey Shore. The issue is his bat and whether he was going to start to hit, and he has hit better of late for the Blue Claws. So just thinking out loud as to whether or not that might be a solution for Reading, whose obviously roster has been thinned out because of these injuries.
0-1 the count here to Podcool. Rijo on first. Here's the pitch. Off the glove of the catcher, Phenol. Up 90 feet to second goes Rijo.
I think that's probably
a pass ball.
Right. It was a bit high and outside, but it was certainly a catchable ball. But again, Phenol is raw to say the least as a catcher, and it is indeed a pass ball.
So Martin this year, 259 over 16 games, home run, 8 RBI, has 6 extra base hits in total. Spent all of last year of Jersey Shore, hit only 181. 2021 split between Clearwater and Jersey Shore, hit 198. Big swing and a miss from Podcool. So the question becomes, is he ready to make the move to Double-A? Is it more of a, we need somebody, or, the Phillies go somewhere else in the organization, maybe call up a more veteran guy? I mean, there's, Nick Ward down in Jersey Shore, right now. More of a veteran guy, if that's what you're looking for. Pitch inside to Podcool, high steps over at Ward, who's listed as a shortstop, hitting 294 this year. 2 home runs, 12 RBIs, so Ward, a local kid from Kennett Square, went to Westchester University. That could be an option in Nick Ward, the 27-year-old, as Podcool fouls it back. But, I mean, all this, Bob, is just speculation,
sure.
Of course.
Like I said, again, based on the injury for Pedro Martinez, he clearly was in a significant amount of pain. Cam Cannon, who will be eligible off the injured list over the course of the next series in Hartford. He was down for 7 days, so he should be eligible to come back middle of next week.
Pitch misses in for a ball, 3-2. And, I mean, just logistically, too, and I know we're really diving into this here, but logistically right now, Jersey Shore currently, they're at home against Brooklyn. They got postponed again today. They were postponed yesterday, too, as Podcool fouls it back. But, yeah, Jersey Shore home, Reading home. So if you make a decision tomorrow, before tomorrow night, not that far of a ride. Obviously, also Jersey Shore to Hartford, Connecticut. Not too far of a ride if somebody was to drive up. But all speculation, but obviously Reading doesn't have any infielders left on the development list. So it's not like there's an easy in-clubhouse move should Pedro Martinez go on the IL. Another pitch inside as Ogle continues to yank that fastball in. Podcool walks. So man on first and second for Oliver Dunn up top. See, creature of habit, Rojas started the first 18 games in the 1 hole, then now the 3 hole the last 2.
Now we're going to get a visit again, this time from Cale Johnson to Ogle, who has gotten himself in some trouble now with a couple of walks. Last inning, it was the defense that let him down. The error that allowed Johan Rojas to get to second base on the infield pop-up. The catcher, Phenol, could not handle, and the Phillies were able to get him to third on the stolen base and then the sacrifice fly. So some small ball. But you know what's lost in all of that, Jake, is the play by Johan Rojas, who busted it out of the box and then jogged to first base on an infield pop-up. He hustled all the way, and when the catcher could not hold on to it, he's on second base instead of being on first base, and then he steals third base, and now he's in position to score a run on the sacrifice fly.
Hustle's a big thing. It's one of those things. You talk about dads in baseball and 2 hands. It's those fundamental things. 2 hands we talked about earlier. Hustling out of the box. I think we all remember when Charlie Manuel benched his best player, Jimmy Rollins, for not hustling out of the box, and Rollins took it to heart. First pitch to Dunn. Tried to check his swing. Couldn't. 0-1.
Dunn now facing a left-hander. Left-handed hitter is Oliver.
Dunn, who's 0 for 1 today with the walk. Bats here with runners on first and second. 1 out. Bottom 4. Our Phil's up 3-1. Ogle comes set at the belt. Checks on second. Here's the pitch. Down low for a ball, 1-1. He keeps missing low and away towards the right-handed batter's box, which is usually a case of just overthrowing, yanking that fastball a bit. And it's been pretty consistent last 2 or 3 batters, too.
And it may have very much of what to do with what their pitching coach, Johnson, came out to talk to him about.
So counts 1-1 to Dunn. Here's the pitch. And tight, almost hit him.
Now, Oliver was starting to lean in just along the lines of what you're thinking and talking about, which is that he's been missing away. So Dunn, tendency is to start to lean in a little bit more as a hitter. And all of a sudden he comes up and in with a fastball, and he almost leaned right into it.
2-1. Big swing and miss on fastball at 92, 2-2. But fastball, it does have some cut to it from Ogle, and that's what you're seeing with those ones that miss, is they're cutting towards that right-handed batter's box from the lefty. So the count's now 2-2, 1 out to Oliver Dunn. Men on first and second. Pitch. Swinging a slow roller towards the first base side. Martin charges, he has it, flips the pitcher. Ogle to first, it's not in time. Oliver Dunn wins the race to the bag. That's going to be an infield single. And that'll load the bases up for Carlos De La Cruz.
And again, more hustle on the part of Oliver Dunn, the slow roller. And now it becomes a race to the bag, and Ogle was slow to get there. And as a result of that, Oliver Dunn beats him to the bag. It's an infield hit. The Phils have him loaded, and that's going to be it for Braden Ogle.
So there is no action in the Curve bullpen. They are signaling for a pitching change. So, okay, there's a guy.
Has to be.
There, and here he comes. So there will be an Alvernia University Golden Wolves call to the bullpen. We'll step aside for a moment. Back after this on the Our Phils Radio Network.
Baseball fans, introducing Bally Live, the only app where minor league baseball fans can score major rewards. When you stream your favorite teams live, you'll score rewards. When you chat with friends during a watch party, you'll score rewards. And when you test your skills at trivia, you'll score rewards. Being a fan of minor leagues has never been so rewarding. So what are you waiting for? Download Bally Live for free from the app or Play Store and start scoring rewards today.
Berks Immunization Coalition works to provide leadership and education in promoting age-appropriate immunization across the lifespan for all residents of Berks County. This is a coalition comprised of local physicians, nurse practitioners, school nurses, immunization coordinators, immunization advocates, and pharmaceutical representatives working to encourage continuity of immunization through medical resources. They focus on educating both the community and the providers. For more information, please visit www.immunizeba.org and click Local Coalitions.
Baseball Town Charities is a nonprofit 501c3 charitable organization founded to keep baseball alive in Reading. Youngsters can benefit from the many life lessons the game can offer. Baseball Town Charities currently supports kids and adults with mental and physical disabilities through the Baseball Dream League. Baseball Town Charities also supports inner-city baseball development through the Rip It for Life program, which provides growth both on...
Step into your future with Alvernia University. This is an Alvernia University call to the bullpen. Brings in ready Oliver Garcia. First batter he gets will be Carlos De La Cruz. And what's a big spot here? Our Phil's up 3-1, bottom 4. Bases are loaded with 1 out. It's a righty-on-righty matchup as the infield plays back to turn 2. First pitch, big swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch.
Garcia, 6'3", 214-pound right-hander from San Francisco de Macorís in the Dominican Republic, did pitch in Wednesday's game for Altoona. Pitched an inning, gave up 2 hits and no runs.
Here's the 0-1. De La Cruz grounds it to the left side, fielded by Leyba at third. Second for 1, throw to first is in time. So just like that, it's an inning ending around the horn, 5-4-3 double play. No runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 left on base for the Fightin Phils. We go to the top of the 5th. 3-1 Our Phils on the Our Phils Radio Network.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Spanish and Latino culture during 12 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka, High Noon Sunsips, Catay Law Offices, Suburban Brewing Company, Carl's Cards and Collectibles, Humane Pennsylvania, Star City Boxing, Apis Services, Supportive Concepts, and Affordable Home Care. Fiesta Friday features special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other culture elements throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL online at rphils.com or at the Customers Bank ticket office. To honor the 275th anniversary of Reading, the Our Phils will play as the Reading Keystones on all Thursdays and select Tuesdays in 2023. Tuesdays are brought to you by Coatesville VA Medical Center. Join us for 11 Keystone Throwback Thursdays thanks to Burke's Career and Technology Center, H&F Heating and Cooling, and Rip It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Come celebrate the 275th anniversary of Reading and enjoy some great baseball on Throwback Thursdays in 2023. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL, online at rphils.com or at the Customers Bank ticket office.
So Broccoli had a come-from-behind win over Lettuce in tonight's edition of the Veggie Race. And the Our Phils looking to hold off a come-from-behind win for the Altoona Curve as they're up 3-1 in the top of the fifth inning. Mick Abel back out. He has been terrific tonight for the Our Phils. Abel has only allowed one base runner. It was a home run. Struck out 3, issued 0 walks.
Here's your trivia point of the night. Lettuce has still not won a race yet in 2023 in a vegetable race. All the other 3 vegetables have at least one win. Lettuce, winless.
Well, Bob, you know what I like to eat for lunch every day, so you know that's heartbreaking news to me.
You know what else is bad? Evil Candy. He's as weak as his teeth anymore. He doesn't, these guys aren't even flinching when Evil Candy shows up.
They've got desensitized.
He's no match for the vegetables.
Put some of the fluoride on the teeth, use some, Crest or Colgate toothpaste,
they don't
and
even flinch anymore from Evil Candy.
keep your teeth protected. Abel's going to throw a couple of extra pitches as the grounds crew was doing some work around first base. Wet spot behind the first base bag. But anyway, top 5, 3-1 Our Phils, running 3 runs on 3 hits.
Speaking of pitches, he's at 58 as we start inning number 5.
86 is season high. First pitch into Macias, outside for a ball, 1-0. Fabricio Macias, the 5-man, at the dish, 0 for 1 tonight. 1-0. Fouled back towards the press box, but hits the above stanchion. Sure as you could hear the loud boom on that one. There's some stirring in the Our Phils bullpen, but nobody up and throwing. Here's the 1-1. Underneath that one's Macias. Hits it in the air, infield, left side, towards the line. Third baseman Podkul drifts in left, makes the catch for out number 1.
There's some pretty good arms in that area. We saw some of them pitching today. Nick Nelson, Ranger Suarez, both getting their workouts in here in Reading, while the Phils, the big Phils that is, are in Houston on the road trip. Nick Nelson and Ranger Suarez still here getting their workouts in.
Here is Frazier, first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0. Had a chance to get an up-close look at Ranger Suarez, throwing his side session today, a couple of days after his start, in which he went 2 innings, looked strong, 1-0. Outside for a called strike, 1-1. When they asked Al Padrique after the game, takeaways from Ranger Suarez, and he said he's healthy and he feels good. And that's what Phillies fans want to hear. 1-1. Ground ball to first, down on it is Tatum. He'll take it to the bag himself, and that's 11 straight retired by Mick Abel, and 14 of 15 batters he's faced tonight. And if it wasn't for that home run, Bob, we'd be dancing around a very sensitive subject right now.
Yeah, he has been in command without a doubt. And again, command being the operative word. He's gotten ahead of hitters. He isn't walking anybody. He gave up the long home run, and he's going to do that because he's a power pitcher.
First pitch fouled back. But here's the thing, and it's always been the old adage, if you're a pitcher, if you're going to get beat, solo home runs.
Absolutely
Nothing better to be beat on because walks, base hits, builds up the pitch count. Multiple runners can come around the score. Take a home run any day of the week, as Alvarez tried to bunt, couldn't connect. Counts 0-2.
Same thing happened to him in his outing in Portland. Somebody, I'm not sure who the hitter was, but it was a long, loud home run, but it was a solo home run.
0-2, 2 outs to Alvarez. Abel kicks and deals. That one's driven in the air, out towards left. Started in, and then back goes Wilson. It's over his head, and one hops the wall. Wilson able to scoop it, get it in quickly, so it'll just be a double for Andres Alvarez. He stung that one hard. Wilson may have had a play, but first reaction was to freeze, come in for a second, and then tried to lunge over the shoulder. Would have been an incredible catch if he made it, but 2 outs for the 8-man Connor Scott. And look, if you're able, here's a situation that you test the young 21-year-old pitcher. How do you respond in moments like this?
Yeah, it's the toughest play for an outfielder is that line drive that's right at you, and you got to make sure, are you deep enough? Are you not deep enough? Where do you got to go? You got to break in, you got to break out, and Wilson was kind of frozen on it for a moment, and then had to try to backtrack. But it was scorched off the bat of Alvarez, and of course he's also got some wet grass underneath him too, to try to steady himself as he's trying to figure out whether it's in front of him or behind him. But don't take anything away from Alvarez. He hit that and hard.
Nah, that ball was smoked. First pitch to Connor Scott, missed upstairs for a ball. Counts 1-0. 2 outs, top of the 5th. 3-1 our Phil's lead. Just 2 hits tonight for Altoona. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss. Goes to the backstop. There was no contact made, so see what they officially roll up, but the count's 1-1. Man on third now, and Alvarez.
Yeah, everybody kind of froze for a moment. They weren't sure if it hit the bat of Connor Scott or if it didn't. I mean, Alvarez alertly moved up right away, but everybody kind of froze for a moment because of how the ball came back to the backstop. It almost just looked like Scott must have made contact with it, but it ticked off the top of the glove of McDowell. It's just because Scott went out of the strike zone to get it. It will be a pass ball. Yep.
So 1-1, 2 outs. Abel, the man on third, kicks and deals. Gets that slider over for a called strike 1-2. So Alvarez leads off third of 2 outs in the inning. Our Phil's up by 2. Certainly a big moment in this game. Bullpen remains empty for the R Phils as Abel sits. And time is called first by the home plate umpire. But
yeah, this is a conversation now between Gabe Alfonso, who was pointing at McAbel, who said, "What? I'm ready to pitch." So I thought Scott called the timeout.
Quick conversation. And Alfonso looks over towards the Altoona dugout to explain something, but
I'm not quite sure what.
So Abel's at 70. If he gets out of this inning, we'll see if they try and push him to the 6. I mean, it'll just be an incredible rest day for the R Phil's bullpen. After only throwing Baker for an inning, off day yesterday, after kind of a bullpen, back-to-back bullpen games with the rehab starts. 1-2, and he got him. Big spot and big strikeout for Mick Abel. That is Abel's 4th strikeout tonight. That retires the side. No runs on a hit, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. R Phil's looking for more, up 3-1 on the R Phil's radio network.
For top flight local jobs, go with who you know. JP Mascaro & Sons are a leading waste removal company. To meet today's employment and service demands, Mascaro is upgrading its already highly competitive employee wage and benefit package for drivers, collection crew helpers, and other positions. Call 888-MASCARO, M-A-S-C-A-R-O, for details. Work for an established local family business committed to its employees. Again, call 888-MASCARO today or apply online at www.jpmascaro.com.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin' Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on why ROG Orthodontics is voted #1 in Berks and Monco. ROG Orthodontics and the Fightin' Phil's, 2 great home.
Bottom 5, our Phils are up 3-1, but they are definitely looking for some more here in the inning.
Based on the way this series has gone, yes, indeed they are.
Also, inning is brought to you by Cornwall Manor. They offer many choices for independent living residences, including 1- and 2-bedroom apartments and a wide range of house sizes. So it's 3-4-5 in the bottom of the fifth. Once again, Reading up 3-1. Jake Starr, Bob McCool. Thanks for joining us.
In our pregame conversations that we've had with Ethan Lindau last night, or Thursday night, excuse me, and with Tyler Phillips tonight, and everybody seems to be talking about this, how this
Rojas
team
takes it for a strike.
Keeps battling, and they seem very confident. Despite the win-loss records, we feel confident that we've got a good team, we're going to win. And you can understand that when you watch them play because they're in every game.
1. Rojas fouls it back. And you make a good point because, we spend a lot of time around this coaching staff, around these guys. The energy has not changed from day one to now. They're 5-14, but with this energy, they could very well be 14-5. And I think a lot of credit goes to the man up top, Al Padrique. Here's the pitch. Rojas takes 1-2. It's a very even keel individual. He doesn't get too hot. He never gets too cold. He's just very even keel, and you see that mentality reflect on his coaches, Henson, Ricker, Bergeson, and it reflects on his players too, because every night they're never down on themselves, no matter, regardless of the record, and credits goes to this whole squad. 1-2. Rojas takes it outside for a ball, 2-2, and they're going to break through eventually. They're going to get hot. There's going to be a stretch where they're going to win 8 of 9, 9 of 10, and it's going to be great. But when when you lose 14 of your first 20, you have to have that same, mentality as Rojas swings and misses down on strikes. But, that's the thing about this clubhouse. Like, from what I've seen so far, the days after wins are the same the days after losses in terms of the energy level, the confidence. The guys are still joking around. They're still loose because the minute you play tight, then you lose the battle.
Yeah, and you know where else you see it? You see it on these hustle plays that we're talking about, because when you're struggling, that's when you have a tendency to want to pop up in the infield.
First pitch, Wilson drives it out towards right. Going back is Macias, and he'll get it at the edge of the track. Wilson gave it a ride, but the flag and right center fielder is dead still, and that'll be an F9.
So, yeah, when you see a Johan Rojas pop one up in the infield and hustle it into a two-base error as opposed to just getting to first base, you see Oliver Dunn with a slow roller that he beats out because he beats the pitcher to the bag. Those are hustle plays, and you don't necessarily see that for a team that's struggling to get wins.
First pitch. Down low for a ball. Counts 1-0 to Tatum.
Now, having said all that, about a 3 or 4 spot somewhere in the 6th inning or 5th or 6th inning would be that much more confident building.
Here's the 1-0. Slow roller, foul towards the curved dugout on the third base side. And that's like what stings about in the last loss when you're threatening line drive double play to end the game. It's just one of those things where it feels like we got the momentum, we got the energy, and then just one play just completely knocks the wind out of your sails. And it's all about how do you bounce back. Here's the 1-1. That one, broken back, ground ball third. Leyba has it, throws across. It's a bit high, but a nice job by Martin to hold the bag, and it's in time to retire this side. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the 6th. 3-1 our Phils. Back after this.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Our Phils fans can continue to expect great performances all season long on the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage. It's the home of great local talent, including the Our Phils mascot band. Burke's Commercial Roofing prides itself on being a locally owned and operated company that puts an emphasis on customer service. They provide free on-site estimates and can handle any size repair, restoration, or replacement. Visit burkscommercialroofing.com or call 610-717-3949 for more information. And don't forget to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show at the Burke's Commercial Roofing stage at America's Classic Ballpark.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients. from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Top of the 6th, our Phil's up 3-1. Bob McCool, I'm going to throw it to the bullpen, asking my closer to get me a 2-inning save, please.
That would be, I'm assuming, me, because Mick Abel's still out there, and he has not yet looked to the bullpen. The bullpen's still quiet in right field for the Reading Phils as Mick Abel begins the 6th inning, having thrown 71 pitches to date. Facing the bottom of the order in Claudio Finau, shows bunt, and it looked like it came up and hit him, but I guess it did not. Max McDowell punched that. No, it did. The home plate umpire, Gabe Alfonso, calling time as in dead ball. Thought it hit Finau on the foot, and as he came out. McDowell went through and made the play at first, and now Al Padrique is going to come out and argue. But Gabe Alfonso, the home plate umpire, immediately came out and signaled a dead ball. And so it will be a foul ball, and Finau will stay at the batter's box. Al Padrique will have a brief conversation and then head back to the dugout as Finau will head back to the batter's box. He's 0 for 1 on the night, rounding out to second base in his only plate appearance, 0 for 4 now on the season. Again, kind of the emergency catcher right now for the Curve. Henry Davis caught game 1 at a 2-run home run for the Curve. Turned out to be the game-winning hit in the game. It made it 4-1 at the time, or 4-2 at the time, and the Phils cut it to 4-3 in the 7 innings of game 1. We are in the top half of the 6th inning here in game 2. Phils on top 3-1. And now 2 balls and 1 strike to Claudio Finau, not showing bunt after that first foul ball. Swings through the high cheese from Abel. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The over Peguero and the top of the order in the on-deck circle with Lolo Sanchez behind him. And now Finau calls time. He wears glasses. Looks like he's calling for some kind of a visor or wipe off his glasses. Again, there has been a bit of a mist blowing throughout the day, and he's just simply looking for a time and a wipe to clean off his glasses. Hard enough to try to hit Mick Abel with 2 good eyes, much less when your glasses are a little bit fogged up and full of some spritz, to use a good Berks County word. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Claudio Finau, leading off here in the 6th. And a breaking ball, actually it's a fastball from Mick Abel is a called 3rd strike. Strikeout number 5 for Abel is the first out here in the 6th. So again, it is Peguero now in the batter's box. He struck out to start the game as Abel struck out the first 2 batters he faced tonight. 0 for 2 for Peguero, also a ground ball to second in his 2 plate appearances. 2 hits surrendered by Abel. There's the breaking ball, and it's a beauty as he locks up Peguero. Solo home run from Mason Martin in the 2nd, and a 2-out double for Andres Alvarez in the 5th, the only hits that Abel has given up so far. 0-1 pitch is low, ball 1. He has not walked a batter, and now struck out 5 so far. Now we're getting a little bit of movement in the bullpen for Reading. And there's another curveball, and again, Peguero was not thinking breaking ball, and he got it from Abel. So now he's ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looks like Brett Schultz is warming up in the Reading bullpen. 1-2 pitch, fouled straight back. So I'm sure Al Padrique would like to see Mick Abel go as long as possible as he starts to zone in on around the 80 pitch mark. I believe that was number 78 or 79 that he just threw to Peguero. He's got him in a 1 ball and 2 strike count. Tries to get him to chase, he does not. And so now the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. And that was pitch number 79.
If you can get him through this inning, set up a safe situation, or maybe you bring him out for the 7th, depending on what his pitch count's at after this frame.
This one fouled out of play. Peguero wasting some pitches and running that pitch count up a little bit. Abel wanting another baseball.
How about this nugget? So the last R Phil to throw a 7-inning complete game, June 19th, 2018 at Portland. Ranger Suarez.
That is some irony.
How about that?
Well, he's here. He will not pitch in relief tonight. He got the big save in the playoffs, but he won't get one here. Although I'm sure if Al Padrique could get him to do so, he would do so. And they are on the roster. They are here. They did get their workout in, however, before the game. Peguero, the number 6 prospect in the Pirates organization. He's also on their 40-man roster. Only player in the Curve roster who is on their 40-man roster. There's a weak swing and a breaking ball, and that is back-to-back strikeouts now for Abel here in the 6th inning. It's also his 6th strikeout of the night.
So, first of all the faith in the world in Al Padrique. He's been in this game a lot longer than I have. I'm just going to put on the manager's cap here for a second. You got Mick Abel, who is at 82, season high 86. If you get this guy out, do you consider getting him out for the 9th? Or the 7th,
right.
Sorry.
I think you consider it. His pitch count I think a lot of that depends on how many pitches he throws here to Lolo Sanchez. He misses the first one for a ball and comes back with a fastball, for a called strike 1. Kind of think though that he's probably done after this.
It makes the most sense, but, it's fun to think.
Absolutely. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch ripped in right to leaping Nick Podkol. Spears it out of the air for the 3rd and final out as the Curve go 1, 2, 3 in the 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. It's insurance time for the Phils. The home team leads it 3-1 when we come back after this.
The Reading Fightin' Phillies are proud to partner with Berks County Mental Health and Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and suicide prevention with 3 simple words. Are you okay? The help is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide hurts and affects everyone, but help is here. We will work together to help raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-379-2007.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to the ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Golden Oaks Golf Club, PA Army National Guard, Culligan Water, Aspen Home Improvements, and Rip-It Baseball Town Charities batting cages. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $56 when purchased in advance. Join us for Berks Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at all Sunday home games all season long at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Looking for the place to have the ultimate family fun at the Fightin' Phils game? Look no further than Capital Blue Cross Funland. Capital Blue Cross Funland features the most exciting games and entertainment at the ballpark, including speed pitch, mini golf, ring toss and peach basket toss, mascot autograph booth, a bounce house, and the incredible giant inflatable slide. Bring your family to all the fun at their next Our Phils game at Capital Blue Cross Funland.
Why Missing Restaurant and Bakery is pleased to offer 2 options for your dining pleasure. A menu with locally sourced delicious options and buffet meals for your breakfast, lunch, and dinner pleasure. Come and experience the best bakery experience in all of Berks County. Our homemade bakery items include made from scratch challah bread, danishes, and a variety of scrumptious cupcakes. Dollars to Donuts. No restaurant in the area offers their variety of cakes, fruit pies, cream pies, cheesecakes, and homemade donuts. You hungry yet, Jake? Why Missing Restaurant
starving.
Bakery and owner Oz Chaudhry. Proud 2023 Fightin' Phils team feed partners. Fightin' Phils batting here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. It's 3-1 Reading on top. Max McDowell, Cody Roberts, and Pedro Martinez to bat here for the Fightins. As McDowell gets himself ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. New pitcher into the game for Altoona is Juan Manaya. 4th pitcher we have seen now for the Curve and this one. Matt Eckelman started, Braden Ogle, and then Oliver Garcia. Now we'll see Juan Manaya, who also pitched earlier in this series. And now 2 balls and a strike as McDowell fouls one off. Max 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Talking at length about Max getting that bat going and how he has gotten hot of late, 7 of his last 19 before tonight, and now back-to-back strikeouts in this one, trying to change that here. 2-1 pitch is up high. Now it's 3-1 to the veteran catcher. Originally from Pittsburgh, played his high school baseball at Norwin High School, and then went on to be a 3-year starter at the University of Connecticut. Now one hit him right in the back shoulder. Max McDowell hit by a pitch. There's a game earlier this season where Max got hit twice. And I saw him the next day. I said, how's your hand? Because I thought he got hit in the same hand both times. He said, no, one was the hand, the other one was the shoulder. He said, I'm a catcher. I'm used to get hit, which is pretty true. As he takes first base, and speaking of catchers, here comes another one. Cody Roberts, who is playing in right field tonight. He has 2 fly ball outs so far. And he takes the first pitch for a called strike from Anaya. Cody's played very well in right field tonight. He's made some nice catches and almost made a great diving catch in foul territory tonight. A guy who has obviously not played a whole lot of right field in his career. Second time he's done that in this series. Fouls one off at the plate. Now 1 ball and 1 strike to Roberts.
So we talked about Suarez, the last 7-inning complete game. The last complete game in general for the R-Phils was Tyler Visa on September 1st of 18 in Trenton.
McDowell, not much of a lead. Pitch the plate. Off-speed pitch that Roberts swings through, and that's strike 3. Cody Roberts is a strikeout victim. That's 1 down here in the 6th.
Last 9-inning complete game was Anthony Vasquez against Hartford on July 24th, 2016. But here's another ironic thing. So the last complete game the R-Phils threw came in 2018 in Trenton. The man in the next broadcast booth, John Moses, was in Trenton in 2018. So the irony just keeps piling on tonight.
So that'll bring Wendell Rehill up. Wendell came in replacement of Pedro Martinez, who was safe at first on an error and an attempt to try to beat that out. Did some kind of damage to his hamstring, and Rehill came on and then walked in his only plate appearance to this point. Fouls this one out of play, and he's now on a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Wendell played in game 1, went 1 for 3. Also drove in a run in that game. His 8th RBI of the season. We finally had somebody get to 9. It was Matt Kroon, who gets game 2 off after he drove in the 9th run. So he's now the team leader in that category. Man on first, 1 out. Pitch to Rihill's way outside. It's now 2 balls and a strike. And again, Brett Schultz continues to warm up in the Phil's bullpen. We're keeping our eye on that, whether he's actively warming up or if he's casually warming up. And whether or not Mick Abel will come out and try to finish off the 7th inning and get a complete game. Pitch to Rijo is again outside. Now it's 3 balls and a strike. One on, 1 out. Bottom half of the 6th inning in a 3-1 game right now. Reading trying to add to its lead. Ripped towards short, speared out of the air by Peguero. Throwback to first is in the dirt and out of the glove of Mason Martin. I think McDowell had beat it back, but just caught off the top of the shoe tops for Peguero, taking a potential hit away from Wendell Rijo, and it's now 2 down in the 6th.
That's one of those that hit it where it's like, man, I stung it, but you know, shortstop Peguero made a better play.
So that'll bring up Nick Podkul. Podkul with only 7 official at-bats coming into this game, and he's still at 7 official at-bats because he's walked in his 2 plate appearances so far on the night. Batting out of the 9 spot, getting a start tonight. McDowell dancing his way off of first. And the pitch to plate is over for a called strike 1. Top of the order, and Oliver Dunn wait on deck if, in fact, Podkul can turn the lineup around. Again, game 2 of a doubleheader, so it's only a 7-inning affair. Phil's trying to hold on. Tapped back through the middle and into center field for a base hit. McDowell will put on the brakes at second base. So Mick Podkul with a perfect night at the plate, on base all 3 times, as he picks up the Phil's only 4th hit of the night. Seems like so much more between errors, hit by pitches, and some walks. The Phils have had their fair share of men on base. 2 on now and 2 outs, and Oliver Dunn will bat.
12 base runners tonight for the R-Phils between all the walks, the errors, and a few base hits sprinkled in there as well.
So McDowell at second, Podkill at first. And Oliver Dunn, who is 1 for 2 tonight. He's been on base twice with a walk and a single. Takes one for a called strike one. So not great wheels on the bases in any stretch. As Dunn steps in, 8 RBIs on the year, 6 doubles, which leads the Fightins. Batting average still over the 300 mark at .302 as he steps in. And now we're going to get a balk. A balk has been called against Minaya. So now the issue in terms of the speed on the base is not so much as they both move up. As McDowell moves to third, Podkill to second. So now 2 men in scoring position for Dunn. And no balls and a strike to it. Pitch is way up high, and it's one ball and 1 strike.
Golden opportunity here for Oliver Dunn. Base hit, scores 2. Brett Schultz no longer throwing. Looks like he's ready, but like we said, we'll see what they decide. My gut tells me it's going to be Schultz, but we'll see.
2-0 pitch. Way applied away again. It is 3-0. There is a base open. In the on-deck circle is Carlos De La Cruz. So maybe you choose your poison if you're Juan Minaya in the curve. You go after Oliver Dunn in a 2-1 count. Way inside, it squirts away from Phenol, but not far enough away for McDowell to come home. So now it's 3-1 to Dunn. Phil's won game 1 of this series. Altoona has won the next 3. And obviously one more to be played tomorrow. 3:15 is the scheduled start time here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Gates will open at 2. Big swing, no contact from Dunn. Thinking fastball got the off-speed pitch. Now the count is full.
Abel tonight lowers his season ERA to 2.93. Entered the game with a season ERA of 3.86, so nearly a whole run down.
This one hit hard towards second. Alvarez fights it a little bit, but makes the play and throws in time. And that will do it for the Phils in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, 2 left. To the 7th we go. The Fightins need 3 outs. They lead it 3-1.
Are you looking for a reliable food distributor to meet all your culinary needs? Look no further than our trusted team at Feaser's Food Distributors. For over 120 years, our products have been sourced from the best farms and suppliers, ensuring that you get the best ingredients for your restaurant or organization. From fresh produce to premium meats, Feaser's supplies everything but the appetite. Visit Feasers.com today to experience the difference in working with a top-tier, family-owned food distributor. Feaser's, your partner for success in the kitchen. Looking for a fast and hassle-free way to get your snacks and non-perishable groceries? Look no further than FeasersDirect.com. With just a few clicks, discover the convenience of having your culinary essentials ready for a pickup at our headquarters in Harrisburg.
Empowering communities one relationship at a time is our commitment at Tompkins. Our customers have thrived thanks to our focus on local lending and their commitment to the customers they serve.
They do a great job. Everything for us, from our banking, our insurance, to our wealth management.
Tompkins has always been there for us.
We see a long relationship with Tompkins. They're good people.
Tompkins, banking, insurance, wealth. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Investment and insurance products are not FDIC insured, not bank guaranteed, and may lose value.
Be the first to know everything about your Red and Fightin' Phils by signing up for the Baseball Town Insider email newsletter. Once you become a Baseball Town Insider, you will receive breaking news about Fightin's promotions, including giveaways and guest appearances, special events, exclusive offers, and discounts on tickets and merchandise, just for being a Baseball Town Insider. Visit Fightins.com to sign up for this free email newsletter. Baseball Town Insider. Stay in the loop and become a member today.
To the 7th inning we go, and on to try to pick up the save for the Reading Fightin' Phils is Brett Schultz. His job, Jake Starr, is to make sure that the fireworks come after the game.
That's the hope.
And not now. Again, fireworks on tap for post-game. Fightin's trying to salvage a split of the doubleheader as they have a 3-1 lead after an outstanding performance by Mick Abel. Domingo Leyba, Mason Martin, Fabricio Macias. The 3 men due up. That's 3, 4, and 5 in the curve order. And Leyba, first pitch swinging from Brett Schultz, and fouls it back. Schultz, 25 years of age, originally from Maple Grove, Minnesota, played his college baseball for the Golden Gophers at Minnesota. 7th round draft pick of the Phillies in 2019. Mick Abel threw 88 pitches in his 6 innings. And the 0-1 pitch to Leyba is a curveball and a beauty from Brett Schultz, and it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. Leyba, a switch hitter. Batting left-handed tonight with Abel and now the right-hander Schultz on the mound. 0-2 pitch, checked his swing but went through. McDowell will throw it down to first base in time, and there's the first out recorded. So Schultz gets his first out recorded by way of strikeout. Again, Mick Abel finished with 6 strikeouts on the night, did not walk a batter. 6 innings of work, gave up just 2 hits. And only 1 run. That was a solo home run by the man who steps to the plate right now in Mason Martin. Hit it long and far over the right field pavilion for his 3rd home run of the season. A solo blast to lead off the 2nd inning. A ball hit so well that right fielder Cody Roberts didn't even move. He just turned and looked. Martin struck out in his other plate appearance. Schultz gets ahead of him, no balls and a strike, comes back with a curveball that's just a bit low, and it's no balls and a strike. Martin now 5 of 12 in this series. Left-handed batter. 1 ball, 1 strike to him. It hit him. Another hit by pitch in this game. We've had several on both sides. And it was a breaking ball from Schultz, and Martin just never moved out of the way of it. He's a little frustrated, but he didn't do much to get out of the way of it. I think he was thinking it was going to be a fastball, and it was a curveball that kind of just broke into him. Again, a right-handed pitcher throwing a curveball into a left-handed hitter, just kind of broke right into his either his hand or his wrist. So he's a base runner, but that's the bad news, is that makes the tying run to the plate in Fabricio Macias. Macias 0 for 2 in this one. 3 out of 8 in this series. The tying run at the plate. First pitch from Schultz is way up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. And there are 2 Schultzes on the Reading roster. Andrew and Brett. They spell their name differently. Brett a little bit more unique in his spelling, S-C-H-U-L-Z-E. Pitch to the plate, and a beautiful breaking ball that Macias is way out in front of. And now a little bit of a conversation between Max McDowell and Brett Schultz. Fightin's back at it tomorrow afternoon. Scheduled first pitch time is at 3:15 of the series finale against the Curve. And then Reading will be on the buses to head to Hartford, Connecticut to take on the Yard Goats. They'll be back here in action 1 week from Tuesday. They will take on the Fisher Cats of New Hampshire for the first time in this series, in the season, I should say. There's a breaking ball again from Schultz, and it's a beauty for a strike call. So the Fightin's back out here again after tomorrow on Tuesday, May 9th. That'll be another morning game to start the series at 11 a.m. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Fabricio Macias. Not much of a lead at all for Martin. Fouled at the plate. Martin does not run well, as Macias keeps himself alive at 1 and 2. Altoona won game 1, 4-3. Right now it's 3-1. Phil's on top with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. 1-2 pitch, tapped towards third. Podkill with a throw to second for 1. The relay is not in time. Macias just beat it out. It was a slow roller. And you want to make sure you got the first out for sure, and they did. But the good, strong relay by Oliver Dunn just a little bit late. And so Macias is safe at first on the fielder's choice. Now 2 down in the inning. And it now turns to Matt Frazier to try to keep the Curve alive. Frazier 0 for 2 on the night. 3 out of 10 in the series. Another left-handed hitter in the curve lineup facing Schultz trying to get the save. Comes with a breaking ball. Looked like it slipped out of his hand a little bit. Schultz 2-1 on the season. This is his 7th appearance. He does not have a save. Max Coons has the 2 saves for the Fightins out of the bullpen. 1 ball and no strikes now to Matt Frazier. Comes with a breaking ball that just misses. Schultz thought it was a strike. McDowell thought it was a strike. It's not. It's 2 balls and no strikes now to Matt Frazier. It's a little bit better speed on the bases now in Macias, but it's Frazier the guy that's the key because he's the tying run at the plate. 2-0 pitch. Fast off-speed pitch and looked like a changeup that Frazier did not catch up to. And now it's 2 balls and a strike. They don't bother to hold Macias on now. McCarthy Tatum, the first baseman, steps away. 2 balls and a strike. Flared the other way, broken bat that will slice foul and out of play. Ethan Wilson gives it a chase. Matt Frazier's going to need a new bat. Count now at 2-2 after the foul ball. Max McDowell, the catcher, will use the timeout to get the new bat for Frazier to go out and have a little conversation with his pitcher. Schultz, 25 years of age. Pitched last year for Jersey Shore for 13 games, then here in Reading for 4. Missed time on the disabled list from April until July 23rd with an elbow strain. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, fouled and out of play as it heads towards the left field grandstand. So Frazier stays alive. Frazier hitting at .278 on the season, a couple home runs and 4 RBIs. Very good defensive player. He and Matt Gorski, both very good defensive outfielders. Frazier DHing in this second game of the doubleheader. 2 balls and 2 strikes to him with 2 outs in the 7th. Tapped foul and out of play. Down towards the Phil's bullpen, which is quiet. It's Brett Schultz's job to finish it off. Phil's fans on their feet, trying to root the home team on to a win and split of a doubleheader. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Popped up, shallow center field. Rijo back, Wilson in, and the left fielder will squeeze it for the 3rd and final out, and the Phils get the W. The lights are flashing here at FirstEnergy Stadium as Reading snaps its 3-game losing streak. Brett Schultz comes in and gets the save. So the Fightin' Phils get the win. An outstanding effort by Mick Abel. And Brett Schultz comes in and locks it down for the save. And Reading picks up the win by a final score of 3-1. For the Curve in the 7th, no runs, no hits. There were no errors. There was 1 man left on base. And so the Reading Fightin' Phils pick up the W in Game 2 of the doubleheader by a final score of 3-1. We'll take a timeout, back with the postgame show right after this on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network. So it turns into a split of the doubleheader for Reading. Again, outstanding effort tonight for Mick Abel. He will get the win. Abel's first win of the season. He's now 1-1 on the year. Outstanding effort. He goes 6 innings, gives up the 2 hits, a run. It was a solo home run for Mason Martin. Walked 1, struck out 6 through 88 pitches to pick up the W. And Brett Schultz comes on and gets the save. That will be his first of the season. And the Reading Phillies win it by a final score of 3-1. For Reading, they got 2 in the first. Carlos De La Cruz walked. Johan Rojas singled. They both moved up on a wild pitch by the starting pitcher Matt Eckelman, a knuckleballer for the Curve on the mound. Throws the wild pitch that allows the 2 runners to move up to second and third, and Ethan Wilson lifted a fly ball in his center field that was good for a sacrifice fly as De La Cruz came home. And then McCarthy Tatum slapped one into right field that allowed Johan Rojas to come home as well, and it was 2-0 Phils on top. Mason Martin led off the second inning for the Curve, and he turned on a Mick Abel fastball and crushed it over the Reading Hospital Tower Health Pavilion in right field for a solo home run. That made it a 2-1 game. Reading comes up with another run in the third. Johan Rojas hit a pop-up in the infield that the catcher Claudio Finol called for, but it hit his mitt and fell out. Rojas hustling all the way, got all the way to second base as a result, and then stole third base. And again, Ethan Wilson brings him home on a fly ball to center field for the sacrifice fly and the RBI that made it 3-1. And Abel, doing a great job, made that hold up as he only gave up 1 more hit, and that was a double by Andres Alvarez in the 5th inning. As I said, Abel goes 6 innings, gives up 2 hits, a run, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. Brett Schultz comes in the 7th, and he gives up just the 1 base runner, and it was on a hit by pitch. So an inning, no runs, no hits, no walks, and a strikeout to pick up the save for Brett Schultz. Again, that is his first save of the season. Aaron, it'll be the Eckelman will get the loss for the Curve, who now fall to 10-9 on the season, and the Reading Fightin' Phils pick up the win. They go now to 6-14 on the year. So for the Curve, 1 run. They did it on just 2 hits. The Phils made no errors, and the Curve left 1 on base. For Reading, 3 runs on 4 hits. There were 2 Curve errors, and the Phils left 7 on base. The final score, again, the Reading Fightin' Phils 3, the Altoona Curve 1. So it's a split of the doubleheader. Altoona wins game 1 by a final of 4-3, and the Phils come back to split the doubleheader. They win game 2 by a score of 3-1. That will do it for our broadcast. Again, the final game of the series, the series finale against the Curve, scheduled for 3:15 tomorrow. Let's hope Mother Nature doesn't have anything to say about that. The gates are scheduled to open up at 2 o'clock. If there's baseball in Baseball Town, we'll have it for you, as always, right here on the Reading Fightin' Phils Radio Network. For my colleague in the booth, Jake Starr, my name is Bob McCool. As always, thank you for listening to and watching Reading Fightin' Phils Baseball. Hope you'll do the same tomorrow. Better yet, we'd love to see you right here at the ballpark. Thanks for listening, everyone. Have yourselves a wonderful Saturday night.